The Pokémon Splatfest is on our doorstep and everyone's getting excited and ready for the festivities, and unlike previous ones, the current one might have the fairest team selection yet. So let's talk about some of the changes or expectations for the current Splatfest. The current theme is about which Pokémon type would you like as your partner if you could choose, and while the Splatfest itself is a collaboration for Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, they explicitly say feel free to choose based on all Pokémon, and since I always love Blastoise, of course I went water. The reason I'm leaning towards calling this Splatfest potentially the best we're going to have so far is because the previous Splatfest can be safely considered somewhat of a disaster planning-wise, if I may, as the team distributions were completely messed up and disproportionate, causing one team to have way more players than others, which snowballed quickly into other problems. In the previous Deserted Island Splatfest, it got so bad that Team Gear basically had to play against itself as a result of not being able to find opponents from other teams, not to mention barely able to get into Tricolor Turf Wars, though a little bit more on that later. Obviously, fighting your own team constantly isn't really that fun in a competition, even though it still contributes to the scoring system in a way, since you can earn clout towards winning. As usual, I always do a vote on my channel for people on which team they're going to choose, and they usually end up correct. And to my surprise, the initial votes for the Pokémon Splatfest look absolutely amazing. For many days, it was literally standing on 33% on each team, and while it is leaning towards Team Water a little bit now, I think the final results could still even be more balanced than it looks at the moment. I said this since the last Splatfest that the problem with a theme such as the Deserted Island is that they put logic or thinking instead of just pure preference and randomness into it. Choosing a proper theme for the Splatfest is a lot harder than I would have thought, since you have to think about if the audience is going to twist around the idea and bypass your intentions. So even in the case of Pokemon types, it's important to choose 3 popular ones, but thanks to many years of Pokemon game releases, I guess they had the statistics to back this up and make sure all of them are popular. Finally, the 3 teams players choose from are somewhat all equally popular, and while there are still debates from Pokemon fans which is the most optimal type to start with, the majority seems to choose based on their favorites, and as the results also show, it looks really balanced as it should be. The final results are still far away, so who knows, this might still backfire, but I'm excited to see what the team distribution is going to be in the end. Now on to Tricolor Turf War that I mentioned before. It's really important that the teams are balanced, not just to make sure each team has a good time and chance to win the Splatfest, but also to make sure the Tricolor Turf War feature Splatoon 3 is going to function properly in its current form. Since for some silly reason it isn't random as it should be, currently the winner at halftime is going to be always the defending side of this mode, effectively determining how the queues are going to be for Tricolor battles, since you always need defenders. And if the defending team unexpectedly will be the least popular team like last Splatfest, well, we already know the results and what disaster it can be. So to make sure this works well as intended, if all the teams are balanced, then whoever wins at halftime won't matter when it comes to queues. It's also worth noting that during the Deserted Island Splatfest, they lowered the chance of getting into Tricolor Turf War due to issues and popular requests, though I'm not sure if people liked that in the end, since there were a lot of complaints of not being able to play it in the first place. Either way, we do not know if that change was reverted at all or not. No major changes have been made to the Splatfest according to the patch notes. Instead, they mentioned their big update is going to happen in the December seasonal patch, where they plan to look at Splatfest and Tricolor battles more. I personally hope this time it's going to get better and all players will have a chance to have fun with Tricolor battles, but we shall see very soon. Now, which team are you rooting for this Splatfest, everyone? It's almost here, and if you still have any questions about how Splatfest works, or what are the different modes like open versus pro battles, what is clout, I have several videos on the channel that will explain everything. Prepare your best weapons, likely the battles will get sweaty again, but remember, it's all just for fun. As long as you participate, you'll get plenty of rewards regardless if you win or not. Thank you for watching and your support, everyone. I'll see you at Splatfest.